Good afternoon, Site 42 staff. This is Dr. Theron Sherman coming in from the field for another Dr. Sherman's office hours. We're waiting for the chat to roll in and we're waiting for our next test. So while we wait on that, I'll come check you guys out for a bit and see how you're doing. I'll explain the title of the thing in just a moment once a couple more people show up. Hello, William Afton and Andy and Tim. Good to see you and thanks for being a member. Same with you, Tree. I'm not going to scream even though I don't like your name nor its purpose. I appreciate your membership to the Site 42 staff. That's more like it. So, hello everybody. Dr. Sherman's office hours begins now. Since I'm in the field, I'll be checking super chats and stuff as fast as I can. I don't have a good dashboard for it like usual, but we'll still talk a little bit after the main event here. So yes, what's up with the title? Obviously, I was joking. The SCP-8000 contest is going on, but there is part of it that is canceled, and that's the part where I'm covering it. So if you've been in a couple of the streams or you saw my interview on the Unredacted podcast, I talked about my plans to cover the SCP-8000 contest similarly to how I did the SCP-7000 contest. And what has happened is, when Billith and I tried to read all of the SCP-8000 contest entry, or 7000 contest entries about a year and a half ago, we did not get to cover them all because there were 119 SCP-7000 contest entries, and some of them were incredibly long. Now, a lot of them were really good. We enjoyed ourselves, and we had lots of other guests, and we did our best, but we just were streaming several days a week, trying to get through all the articles, and we never managed to fill it. Stuff happened, personal things got in the way, and so we decided, okay, we'll do it again for 8000. And now what's happened to me, let's just say I've had a very bad January, and part of it is that in a couple of months, Site 42 has to move because our landlord is selling the house we're renting, and we're getting kicked out. So by June 1st, me and my roommates have to find a new place. And so while house hunting and trying to keep up with regular Site 42 content, I will not have time to try and fit in reading all of the 8000 contest entries again. So I just gotta say I can't do everything. I cannot read the 8000 contest entries on stream this year. I hope I can get there in time 9000. But what I will give you is I told the gang, hey guys, I cannot do this year. So what I'm hoping for is that the different guests I was working with will be able to get together and do it themselves. Hopefully they don't have moving disasters like I do. So hopefully not only is the SCP-8000 contest not actually canceled, totally for sure clickbait, I'm sorry, it was funny. But on top of that, even though I won't be covering it, which is what was canceled, I am hoping that they will put something together because I would like to just put them on and listen to them and get all the good ratings and stuff like that. So I will keep you guys abreast of the situation and I will let you know who is streaming and where, and you guys can go check them out. So now that I've covered the clickbait title, and I hope you guys enjoyed my ribbing you guys a little bit, we will have a normal Dr. Sherman office hours from this point on. I've got about 35 minutes until my next client arrives for testing. So until then, I see you guys. I've got my SCP database pulled up, and I will see what you guys are up. Wrathful eel. Uprest. You. Dr. Sherman, I was just wondering what would your opinion be if you were in a video game? Well, I am a gamer. I do enjoy gaming from time to time like the cool gamers do. And so if Dr. Sherman were in a game, that would be pretty nifty, I believe. Actually, Dr. Sherman is in at least one game because there is an SCP Dating Sim out there. And no, you can't date Dr. Sherman. That's not on the docket. He is not dateable in the game. No, Dr. Sherman is your superior officer. and you are the one dating the anomalies, which obviously in real Foundation verse, I would not approve such a thing, but it is a testing situation in that game. And so if you ever wanted to date SCP-682 or SCP-999 or SCP-049, I think is dateable. SCP-096 is dateable, and SCP-173 is dateable. If you ever wanted to date some anomalies, there is an SCP Dating Sim out there. I forget the name of it. I'm going to go look that up real quick. It's on Steam. What's really cool is that Radiger, excellent SCP YouTuber who I all appreciate, lest she comes to get us, played it with a bunch of her voice acting friends. And they did voices for it and all that stuff. Oh, it's called Doki Doki Anomaly. SCP Doki Doki Anomaly is on Steam. Desk, thank you for getting that message to me so quick. You almost beat me. But I appreciate you on helping me out with that. Good to see you on the chat. Thank you for your help with the moderation as well. Potato. My favorite SCPs are always listed at the end of the stream. So in about 30 minutes, I'll be telling you about that. Andre, thank you for your first dono of today's stream. Thank you for supporting the Site42 cause. Make sure to grab yourself an apple on your way past the commissary. Here's a riddle. You see and hear me, so abnormal that your mind can't comprehend, yet you expose me to the whole world, but they'll end up in same shoes as you. What am I? See me and hear me, so abnormal that your mind can comprehend, yet you expose me to the whole world, but they'll end up in same shoes as you, which means that they will not be able to comprehend you. So what am I? I mean, I guess you must be some sort of cognitohazard? Some sort of cognitohazard is my guess here. That's what I believe. And I'll be waiting to see your response in the chat. All right, who's this over here? Madster, thank you for your first dono of the stream. Make sure to grab yourself some, what are they serving at the commissary today? Get yourself some mustard balls. Get yourself some mustard balls over at the commissary. Hey, yeah, if the Warner siblings, Yakko, Wacko, and Sister Dot from Animaniacs were SCPs, how would they be contained? So, honestly, they have the perfect containment cell in the water tower. And so, with all the toon logic that we have to deal with, they managed to keep them in that water tower for a pretty long time. So as long as we reinforce it a little bit, we should be pretty good to go. Oh, don't get stuck in that thing if you're going to spin. Sans, why am I always invisible on streams? Must have to do something with your whole dimensional tech knowledge, timeline knowledge that you have. It's official. $10 for an apple. I thought Disney prices were high. Oh, you don't know the anomalous apples they're serving in the commissary today. It's not a normal apple. No. $10 for an apple is obnoxious, but the apples that they're serving in the commissary today, very special breed. They make you have good dreams. They're apples that when you eat them, your dreams are better. They give you fantasies in your brain. They don't take the doctor away, though. That's a trade-off. They don't keep the doctor away. So if you have testing with 049, it's not going to help you, nor any of us other researchers. Breaker, do you shave your mustache before every short? I do not. Depending on which short we're putting out that day, sometimes I'll have the stash and sometimes I won't, because we're shuffling them around in timeline. Synth, the channel manager who does the uploads, and who also edits our on-camera videos, enjoys theming shorts to a theme, so he does a good job with that. And so yes, that's why sometimes you'll see shorts I made without my stash, and then shorts I made with my stash. Andre, thank you again, friend. How would the SCP Foundation figure out that they're in a time loop? How would the Foundation figure out that they're in a time loop? So I believe there's a couple ways this could go down. So it would probably most likely be that there is some anomaly that can see multiple timelines, that would figure out what's happening eventually. Now, it would take them a while, because if you're in containment, then the likelihood is that you would kind of see the same things every day in the same tests. So it would take you a little bit to realize you're in a time loop when everything repeats so clockwork-like in the Foundation. Very strict protocols. But I suppose that if something, especially like a containment breach, happened that day, and then they woke up and it was the containment breach again, then they would very clearly know they're in a time loop, and that would set the story from there. Also, the Foundation probably has some timeline tracking anomalous technology. I could not put that past us at all. I mean, otherwise, how would we know? There's got to be someone who is immune to its effects or catches on to it, or some sort of tech we have that tracks that. Otherwise, we're just stuck in the time loop and nobody knows and it doesn't matter. Does the SCP Foundation play Minecraft? So we do have dedicated staff who have to monitor Minecraft for anomalies, anomalous Minecraft NPCs and enemies, stuff like that. So there is at least some of our people who are tracking that game at any given point. They will not obviously identify themselves in-game, but you can tell they're acting a little shifty and just monitoring things. Desk. I heard the greatest article to be ever written was posted on the wiki a couple weeks ago called #1 Doggo-J, which is a self-plug for your article. Thoughts? So I have not gotten to read the whole thing, although, hey, you're here in the chat now. Everyone, go read about SCP #1 Doggo-J, which I believe that's a -1 proposal, right? And so that's something to check out. Yeah, I got for the first half of it, but I've just been really slammed. And I don't want to read the whole thing on stream because I want people to go read it and vote on it. Remember, if you're a member of the SCP Wiki, you can vote on the articles. So you can upvote the ones you like and downvote the ones you don't. So make sure you go check them out. And there's SCP #1 Doggo-J. And yeah, because this is you and Billith, right? Yeah, I got the opening, and then I saw the interviews were a little long, and I'm busy and still busy. But I have to get to that. I think that's Monday's Sherman's job. But you did it. You finally made a puppy, your puppy, into an SCP. And by the way, congrats on a +87. You're almost to a +100. That would be pretty dope. Good luck. What's your favorite song? There's no way in the world I could say I have a favorite song because I listen to too many. I teach dance. I'm constantly listening to music of all kinds. I get tired of music and I have to find new ones. But I do have a favorite kind of genre, which turns out to be Canadian bands for some reason. I don't know why, but every time I like a band or a singer, it turns out they're Canadian. So I fell in love with the Bare Naked Ladies. They're one of my favorite bands ever. They might be my favorite band ever. They're Canadian. Great Big Sea, Canadian. Michael Bublé, Canadian. I think Carly Rae Jepsen is Canadian too, right? So, yes. I guess my favorite, I don't have a favorite Bare Naked Ladies song because there's so many good ones. For Great Big Sea, my favorite song is Boston and St. John's for how pretty and sorrowful it is. And then When I'm Up, I Can't Get Down is my favorite of their quicker songs. And then Bublé is more just standard jazz stuff that I like because I do jazz singing. And so I'll enjoy singing his stuff. Most of it's in my range, and I teach to it because it's ballroom dancing, and so that makes sense. And then I can't place a favorite on Carly Rae Jepsen because all of her albums are fire. What would happen if SCP-096 was put into SCP-3333? Well, Andre, because I do not know what SCP-3333 is off the top of my head, I'm going to take a peek at it real quick. 3333. Go! Alright. Keter class. Suntop Fire Lookout. Spatial anomaly. Suntop Fire Lookout. Accessible via ladder, trapdoor on the ceiling of the lookout. Topology surrounding 333 is identical to that surrounding the lookout. Iterations are higher relative to the original lookout. Stairs leading up. Oh, so yeah, this is I think I remember something about this. It's the infinite lookout. It keeps getting taller and taller. And then they discover there's people like chasing them in there. And so my belief would be looking at this from the top and bottom. It's difficult for the entity inside. The skin is tough, and the interior layer of fat does not want to give way. A barbed stinger shoots out through the tear and punctures Dr. Williams' skin. Williams collapses. Stinger appears to contain a paralytic agent. I'm pretty sure 096 is survivable as this. Meaning I think it could tank this and take them out. So if they see 096, they're going to perish. And then 096 is stuck in there in the infinite halls until someone sees a picture of it, because then it will sense where they are, and therefore it will sense the exit of that infinite thing. So I believe that 096 would survive and get out eventually, unfortunately. Which is why we keep them in its box. T-Bone, hello my brother in theater, good to see ya. Theater kids, man oh man. Anyone can answer this one. What's your suggestion on making groups of interest? I need Site 42 to get big enough to hire staff and get quit your day job money so I can make the SCP movies and stuff I want to make, but also just so I can write some more SCPs so I have free time, because I want to make a group of interest. I know what group of interest I want to make. I want to make pirates. Super cool pirates. The SCP does not have enough pirates. We have cowboys. We have aces and eights cannon. That's a cowboy SCP cannon. Not enough pirates. And so we need to work on that. And I would like to be the one to work on that. Can you pay someone to make your own SCP? It's a little gray zone. The wiki staff does not like that as a thing, as far as I know. But I mean, I can't prove it hasn't been done. I would not be shocked if there was an SCP author out there that was like, hey, commission an SCP from me, and yeah, I'll post it for you. But right now, I don't. It's a little bit of a gray zone, and I don't know of anybody who would do it. So that is a grain of salt right there. You can make an SCP as a team, yes. You can co-author SCPs. You gonna have another LA play? I hope so. The group down in Los Angeles, Last Call Theater, they told me that they were doing more SCP plays after the showroom, because they did Signals and then they did the showroom, and they mentioned some other concepts that were SCP related, but I've been keeping an eye on them, and they've been doing other things, and they haven't contacted me to send me down. So I have not heard anything about any more SCP work from them. I'm sure they would reach out to me, because I would, again, go down there with you guys' help, and I would film it so we could all see it. But until then, make sure you check out both SCP Signals and SCP The Showroom on our YouTube channel, because then you'll be able to see what they've done so far. Andre, did you forget your message? I appreciate the dono. I'll look. Tree, I'm not going to scream maybe. You don't have to change your name. I was just kidding earlier. Just joshing you. It's official. Sherman, what do the apples do? Should we be scared? I told you what the apples do. The anomalous apples give you good dreams. Automatic good dreams. No nightmares, no nothing. Now, it has been said that overexposure, if you have too many of them, then an entity may materialize in those dreams, and that entity may... So yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. Just have a couple of apples, not too many. Have good dreams. Very nice for you. C-Flop, you ate all the apples. Good luck, buddy. Good luck. Any more Lennox calls? Amber, hey, good to see you. And yes, the last month has been pretty horrid on the Site-42 personal life end, but I'm coming out of it. I've been resting, I've been recouping, feeling a little better, feeling more energetic. And the plan is for next week to start the new series of calls, which means expect 2 weeks, because I gotta, do the call and then give Seth? Who's Seth? Give Synth time to edit it. But once I make the call and Synth has the call, we will definitely be doing more Lennox Mutual calls. We are not done. In fact, very nicely of them, they're not sponsoring the videos anymore per se. They had a budget for 3 videos and we did a good job with them, and they liked the videos, everything was good. And it was good because we got some people to sign up, which is very good. That's what advertising's for, helping clients and building new theater shows. But they did give us an infinite call pass. So for Site-42 purposes, we're allowed to keep making videos and we're allowed as many calls as we want. So while it's not sponsored, that's a nice thank you gift, and it's still kind of sponsored. But at the end of the day, we're going to do a good thing. Oh, Desk, thank you for getting Andre's question. That is a very appreciated move for you to have done. Let me pull up your notification so I can see it in full. What would happen if SCP-682 was put into SCP-728? What would happen if SCP-682 was put into SCP-728? Well, let's, number one, take a look at what SCP-728 is. 728. Standard shipping container, painted red. Materials and construction are found to be made from terrestrial metals. They're not in any combination usually associated with construction of shipping containers. The interior space is consistent with that of a standard shipping container. When the doors are closed, the interior space experiences the flow of time differently from the outside world. This difference is neither consistent nor predictable, with the flow of time capable of both speeding up and slowing down, and in some cases apparently reversing. Any equipment which could be used to record the flow of time, such as stopwatches, will function normally within the container. However, upon opening the door, such devices will suffer a catastrophic failure and completely cease to function, with all data being erased. This extends to all data recorded while the doors were closed, and so far no medium has been found which can resist this effect, save for pen and paper. For this reason, the only reliable method to record the passage of time within 728 is through the use of a human observer. 728 is vulnerable to damage than any object made from redacted. However, perforating the container causes the primary effect no longer to function. Any damage inflicted upon SCP-728 appears to undo itself after a random amount of time, possibly as a side effect of 728's ability. So, it makes different time. The person was mummified. Subject was no longer present. Question how much time passed. Subject was adamant we'd never even closed the doors. Subjects were interred within 782 with enough rations to last all 3 men 5 years. They were strict to keep a record of their experiences. The container opened, all 3 were dead. Severe beatings, apparently died from their injuries. Disemboweled. Apparently self-inflicted disembowelment as well. Logs were apparently kept as specified for years before slowly degrading into unintelligible ranting. All right, well that was That was good for them. So we have an interior time traveling at random shipping container. So 682 would probably be most likely fine in there because it can just do whatever it's doing. So it would just probably walk out the other end. I don't think it could hold it long enough for it to die. And honestly, I think it would just break the container. And so it'll just break out because it's not like it's impenetrable or anything. Breaker, are you the head of Site-42 or an 05 council member? That's depending on the canon. In any canon, Dr. Sherman might be a variety of different things. But in most canons, the standard Dr. Sherman is the site director of Site-42. Yes, there will be more there will be more Find Us Alive reactions as well. We'll be doing the Lennox Mutual reactions. We'll be doing the Find Us Alive reactions. There was a new SCP film, a short film that just came out called Class R. If you haven't heard of it, it makes sense because it didn't get a lot of pop and it should get more pop. So I'm going to do a reaction video to Class R, if only so people go watch Class R. But since you're all here already, go watch Class R. Dr. Sherman, guess what? It's not chicken butt, is it? Because we stopped serving SCP-3199 eggs for a couple of weeks after the incident, so we don't want any chicken butts going on. Clone Nelly, I've been waiting for Class R. Class R is out. You should go check it out. It is ready. It has happened. Now, the thing is, they put it on a new YouTube channel that they're using for their fictional works. So it's not on their normal channel. So you got to look up Class R to go catch it out. I think it's called like Renegade Media something. Because they are Renegade Media Group. But they put Class R on another channel. And that channel is called Class R SCP. That is on Renegade Films. Renegade Films, and it's currently got 1.5K views. It's got to do better than that. It's a live-action SCP short film. It's about 25 minutes, so you guys should go check that out after you're done with this stream. There we go. Drink a shrinking potion, please. Not after what happened last time. Oh my word, people squished some versions of that Dr. Sherman. People ate versions of that Dr. Sherman. We're not letting that happen again, as far as I can help it. Goodbye, Chris. Have good sleep. Is the Owl Girl a researcher or an SCP? It's an Owl Girl. Of course it's an SCP. Or technically, because it's not canon on the wiki, it's anomalous, but it's not an SCP. But we love Miss Twisted. She does great work. Can a bird scream? You must have not been introduced to Dr. Spanko, one of the funniest gosh darn anomalies on the wiki. Not even a joke anomaly. It's a real canon SCP. Which one is Dr. Spanko? Dr. Spanko is 2337. Love me some Dr. Spanko. Go listen to my Dr. Spanko readings. Brilliant stuff. Kept in the standard. It's a corn crake that speaks at... Standard speech is how many decibels? You need to be soundproofed in the room. Gummy worms. You need to wear level 26M ear protection. And that is how many decibels of that? If you need a 26M hearing protection, hearing protection. Thanks for being completely useless, Google. And our R rating. There we go. Now we're talking. That doesn't tell me anything. All right, well, it's pretty darn loud. That's all I can tell you. It's pretty darn loud. Andre, what epic crossover can you think of? Epic crossover. So if I'm thinking about SCP crossovers I would like to see, I would like to see SCP-008-J, Jeff, crossover with SCP-682. Because 682 is, hates humanity, wants to destroy everyone and everything, blah, blah, blah. But, frickin' SCP-008-J, Jeff, is an anomalously lucky human, or at least seems that way, because he keeps accidentally ending up in Foundation bases and then accidentally evading capture. Like the officer who arrested him one time, one of our guys had a heart attack trying to contain Jeff. And then one time Jeff ended up in a submarine base somehow. How do you accidentally end up in a submarine base? And so, yes, that would be a funny matchup. I would love to see 682 versus 008-J. That'd be funny. What is that? What is a quasi-crafter? Do I know what that is? I don't feel like I know what that is. And it's a reading stream? Reading what? Is it an author? Is this one of the SCP authors? Oh wait, your name's Quasi-Crafter. Oh, god darn it. Okay. I see. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. So I should, well, we'll have to see what articles of yours get on the stream, my friend. But thank you for the dono. Make sure to grab yourself some coffee on your way past the commissary. Such a dork. Funny Artist, thank you for your first dono to today's stream. Make sure to grab yourself some falafel on your way past the commissary. I think the vending machine escaped to France again. What do you mean the vending machine escaped? The vending machine just makes drinks. Or there's the one that has all the foods. Now, one that I would expect to escape would be the gumball machine that thinks it's a Foundation site director. Or something like that. Which one's the gumball machine that thinks it's a Foundation doctor? SCP Gumball Machine. Who thinks it's a dude. Yep, SCP-5595 is a United States quarter gumball machine of unknown origin. The glass dome is featureless spheroid with 30 gumballs in it. These act as its eyes, ears, and organs. The main body portion is composed of a steel alloy. Despite its appearance, it is sapient, sentient, and capable of speech in English. Its voice is highly modulated and barely intelligible at times. 5595's personality has been described as variably boisterous, sarcastic, and rude. That one, I would not mind if it escapes, because he's a jerk. Except, no, we can't let it escape because it has to be contained, because it's a talking gumball machine. Yeah. Wish we could decommission some of these guys. Funny artist. No, it's SCP-295. You should know this. Wait, 295 is a vending machine that can run away? Because 294 is what I thought was a vending machine. Yeah, 295 is caterpillars. You're talking about 294. And 294 can't escape. It's just a vending machine. It doesn't run away. Unless it made a tall heaping glass of disappear to France juice, which I'm pretty sure it can't do. At least, mostly sure. Anywho. Amy, the video game version of you is finished. What does that mean? Did you make a game during this stream? Or are you talking about how I told you that there was an SCP Dating Sim that had me as the narrator's superior officer or something like that? I don't know. Otherwise, how did you do that so fast? Just the coding alone would be difficult. What is your favorite GOI? My favorite group of interest. It's really hard to pick, and it kind of changes by the day because they are, there's so many of them, they're fun for things. Like, the Serpent's Hand is basic, but I like them because I like the idea of the truth-telling anomalous people who are trying to keep anomalies out of containment, and the Wanderer's Library seems dope. I love the Shark Punching Center. Shark Punching Center is always a blast. This is actually the jacket I like to use when I play the Shark Punching Center characters, because it's a badass jacket for badass guys who punch sharks. I'm also a big fan of Herman Fuller's Circus of the Disquieting. I like circus stuff, and I love weird circus stuff. So, Are We Cool Yet? And Gamers Against Weed get credit for being, what's the phrase I'm looking for making anomalies for purposes, either for art or for memes. Also, why aren't they on the GOI list? How did that happen? Global Fifth? How are Gamers Against Weed not on the GOI list? You kidding me? I'm going to ask about that on Twitter later. I am confused. And I'm going to... Can I check the discussion on this page? SPC got added, even though they weren't official, but this is from 2017. Gamers. No, not mentioned in this session. I'm going to ask about that later. That's strange. All right, I've got time for Andre's last question, and then I've got to get to my next client. Can the SCP Foundation contain Tim from 2008 video game Braid? So, anomalies that go through time differently. I'm certain we've got something like that before. Experiences time backwards. The Time Reverse Corpse. But that's a forum entry. Transporting objects backwards in time as far back as January 1st, 2004. Backwards in time at increments of exactly 1 hour. Ages in reverse, growing younger at the same rate that normal human ages. To the observer SCP-873, it appears that 873 is moving backwards in time at a rate 360-degree observation, physical access, as well as access to recorded video, blah, blah, blah. Spherical object, appearance of being made of flawless glass or crystal. All attempts to determine the material construction have been inconclusive. No attempt to remove a sample has been successful. Spectroscopic analysis has shown no absorption spectra. Object is transparent. Only 50% of photons entering the sphere will emerge. Light emitted. So how do we contain this thing? We keep it in a secure room. 3 wide spectrum high definition cameras got to be mounted on. Got to look at it forever. So I imagine we can just lock him in a room, because if he's stuck in a room, he's stuck in a room. The Faldini, you managed to get a question in before I signed off. Good work. Surprised me. Good evening, Dr. Sherman. Have you ever been to a town called Night Vale? Your agents would have a field day. Oh, monitoring of Night Vale and their sister city are, in fact, quite a lot of work. They continue to frustrate. And alone, just scrambling their radio signals is difficult. I mean, you've heard of them. How did you hear of them if you didn't work on the site, on the project? It's because it's very hard to lock down those broadcasts, but we're doing our best. Thankfully, the general public has not found out about them, just you SCP Foundation staff members. And I saw that really quick one from Funny Artist. I assume it will go back to France if it breaches containment. So with that in mind, this is going to be the end of our office hours for the day. It is time for me to reach to my last client. And so, as I finish up here and close off, I look forward to seeing you all in the next office hours. I will recap really quick before my final send-off, in case you made it this far and you didn't realize why the title is Clickbait. It's because even though, yes, the SCP-8000 contest is still going on, it didn't actually get canceled, that was a joke, but Site-42 will not be covering it this year. Unfortunately, we're very busy, so with the whole moving thing that we have to do soon, so I don't have time to dedicate to trying to read the 100+ entries. So I will, as soon as I know who is covering the contest, I will point you guys to their channels, and you can go watch that if you want to keep track on the 8000 contest. Beyond that, everyone knows that I end my stream with my favorite SCPs. Reminder, these are not my favorite SCPs that I wrote because I wrote them. Of course they're my favorite. Instead, these are SCPs that I didn't write that are my favorites. Now, if you want to see my SCPs, you can go to the link in the description or in our bio. It's a beacons.ai/site42. And there you can see my SCP author page, as well as all of the support links like Patreon, channel memberships, anything like that where you can support us here at Site42. Bird2, thank you for your quick last-minute dono. Grab yourself a burrito on your way past the commissary. But beyond that, my favorite SCPs are as follows. 3043, 3999, 008-J, we just talked about Jeff. Spooky-J, 5175, 5031, and 5320. I'll say them one more time. 3999, 3043, 008-J, Spooky-J, 5175, 5031, and finally, 5320. I hope you guys have enjoyed this office hours stream. This is Dr. Theron Sherman signing off from Site-42. Cover. Girl, don't tell me that it's morning. Can we keep the curtains drawn? I haven't given you fair warning, but our ship, she sails at dawn. And it's true I must be going, but I swear I won't be long. There isn't that much ocean between Boston and St. John's. I'm a rover and I'm bound to sail away. I'm a rover, can you love me anyway?